Yeah, I'm the world champion, the best Pokemon trainer in the entire freaking world. No one is better than me. Oh, how is this possible? What is going on, guys? This is Dobbs here, bringing you another Pokemon video. And in this video, I'm gonna go over 35 times Ash surpassed all logic in Pokemon. And also, I hit 3 Master Balls in this video, and if you find them all, you're awesome. So yeah, with that said, without further ado, let's get I've hacked you! You've what? It's Mini Dobbs, and I hacked you because you're on an unsecured network. How does it feel? Why though? Because I want to show you the risk of not having a VPN. NordVPN, my new sponsor. Oh, that's why. Yeah, if you're wondering what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network, which basically means you can mask your IP to multiple places in the world to keep your information private and secure. Think of it this way, when you're on an unsecured network, you're inside a pathetic weak Pokeball. But if you have NordVPN activated, then you're automatically placed in a Master Ball. What do you think about that? You're literally just copying what I said exactly 1 year ago. Shut up. And what's great about NordVPN is that all it takes is one button, and then boom, you're now protected from all those hardcore hackers like me. He's literally just on my computer. Nuh-uh. And what's even cooler is that you can access your favorite TV shows that would normally only be available in different countries, like America, Canada, or even Australia. And the best part about it is that you can use it on any device, your phone, TV, computer, or even your Pokédex. Hey, that's pretty cool. I know, right? And Nord is not just a simple VPN, but it also offers to block unwanted malware. And they're offering this feature without cost only for a limited time. So y'all should get NordVPN today, the fastest VPN out there, by using my link down below in the description. That's nordvpn.com/Dobbs. I'm back, guys. And you can try risk-free with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and even get 4 months free on a 2-year plan. That's nordvpn.com/Dobbs. And big shout out to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. Yeah, thanks guys. So, with that said, let's get started with the video. Alright, starting off, in the anime episode Pinch Healing, Ash picks up a gigantic tree trunk and throws it with ease. And someone actually did the math and calculated that the log was around 1,300 pounds. But what makes even less sense is that Ash somehow lost all of his strength in the Sun and Moon anime. Because as you can see here, he can't even lift up one log now, which just makes no sense at all. Ash still being 10 years old surpasses all logic, even anime logic, because there are multiple episodes that canonically passes time. Like Showdown at the Pokécoral, which confirms that the Pokemon League starts in 2 months. Why not confirm that the Johto League Silver Conference starts in 3 months? In the Pikachu and Pichu short, Ash literally says that 1 year has gone by since he received Pikachu. 8 enough confirms that the Hoenn League starts in 3 months. It is confirmed that 10 days passed between a Pyramiding Rage and Pedal to the Metal. And finally, Professor Kukui's child was conceived and born during the time from the Sun and Moon anime to Journeys, which generally takes around 9 months. So that's in total 30 months that have canonically passed in the anime. And we're still supposed to believe that Ash is 10 years old? Yeah, right. Ash has time and time again picked up incredibly heavy Pokemon, like his Larvitar, which is supposed to be 158 pounds, or his Hippopotas while carrying it on his head and neck, which is supposed to be 109 pounds, or his Pignite that he tosses in the air, just an easy 122 pound throw. And finally, notoriously, his Cosmoem, which is the heaviest Pokemon to ever exist, weighing in at 2,204 pounds. Yeah, that breaks all logic. On several occasions, Ash references real-world things despite him living in the Pokemon world and should have no knowledge of it whatsoever. Like, for example, in the first movie, Brock says that he doesn't know if Vikings exist anymore, and Ash replies saying they do, and mostly living in Minnesota, which is a reference to the NFL team, the Minnesota Vikings. Also, in the Latin American dub of the anime episode Explorers of the Heroes Ruined, Ash literally says that he feels like he's Indiana Jones, which again is something that he shouldn't know of. When Ash faces Annabelle, his Corphish becomes confused against her Alakazam, but apparently that doesn't mean much because Ash literally turns a Corphish, then immediately calls it out again to cure his confusion. So not only is Ash breaking the logic of the games, but he's straight up cheating. Ash straight up calls an old woman ugly right to her face, not once, but twice.
Something that ugly only shows up in my nightmares.
This hoot only gets along with pretty girls.
Too bad there aren't any here.
Which is actually pretty hilarious. Ash literally kicks a Drapion in the face to escape his clutches. And keep in mind, according to Drapion's Pokédex entry, it states that his claws are strong enough to make scrap out of a car. But nope, all it takes is one kick from Ash and that's it. There is a quick scene in the episode Ghost to Ghost where Ash returns a Cyndaquil to his Pokeball. But if you look closely when Ash raises his hand holding the Pokeball, he never bends or raises his arm or shoulder. You see it? So Ash literally surpasses the logic of human anatomy. I guess he must have rubbery arms or something. Ash has died a whopping 6 whole times in the anime. Once in the episode The Tower of Terror where he's smashed by a chandelier and then electrocuted by Pikachu. Another time in the first movie where he jumps between Mewtwo and Mew's attacks. A third time in the Lucario the Mystery of Mew movie where he's eaten by a blob. A fourth time in the I Choose You movie where he's attacked by multiple Pokemon controlled by Marshadow. A fifth time in the movie Manaphy and the Prince of the Sea where he dies via drowning. And finally in the Victini movie where he freezes to death in outer space. So yeah, he's literally a Dragon Ball Z character, always being brought back to life. In the episode Bridged by Gang, Ash and his friends ride their bike across a long bridge, and Ash rides happily ringing his bicycle bell.
Hurry up, guys!
Except his bike doesn't have one. Not a single scene in the episode we see a bell on his bike. So Ash yet again is breaking the logic of bicycles now. Ash defies all logic by never recognizing Team Rocket, which really makes no sense because how many people have their hair like Jesse's? It should be an instant giveaway. In the course of only one day of training with the Magikarp, Ash was able to become extremely buff, basically as buff as a Machoke. They must have done that One Punch Man workout routine or something. Ash often breaks logic by having his Pokemon use moves they can't normally learn, like his Bulbasaur using the moves Whirlwind and Dig, or even his Pikachu using the move Leer. And finally, his Cyndaquil hilariously using the move Agility. There is an episode where Team Rocket steals a special torch and are getting away in their hot air balloon. But to Ash, this is just another Monday, because he not only freezes them mid-air with his Glalie Ice Beam, but then he literally jumps 100 feet and lands in the hot air balloon to take back the torch. And no one bats an eye, so I guess this is normal for them. In the Japanese version of the movie The Rise of Darkrai, Ash literally yells at Palkia to return the town Alamos back to normal, while also calling Palkia an idiot. And I don't know about you, but commanding a god to fix something while calling it an idiot seems to surpass all common sense and logic. Only Ash can do this. In one scene in the episode Regaining the Home Advantage, Ash is seen with 2 Pikachus, one on his shoulder and the other one beside him. So I guess Ash has 2 Pikachus? Unless one is a stunt double. Ever since Ash caught his Krabby, it was established that it's only ever possible to have 6 Pokemon on hand at a time, and any Pokemon beyond that would immediately be transferred to the professor. However, in the episode The Bug Stops Here, Ash breaks this logic, because after he captures his Beedrill, it stays on his team, making him have a team of 7 Pokemon. And on top of that, when he gives the Beedrill to Casey, he somehow swallowed the Pokeball he caught it in, which is yet another impossibility that Ash achieves. In the first Pokemon movie, after Ash witnesses how powerful Mewtwo is, instead of using logical common sense and commanding the Pokemon that are following him to attack, he runs up and punches Mewtwo himself. Ash, what are you thinking? Ash surpassed logic by being Captain Obvious and saying that Surfine was Surfine after it said it was Surfine 7 times.
But you'll never be able to beat my Surfine! Surfine!
A Surfine?
Big
Surfine!
It's Surfine!
Surfine! Surfine!
That's Surfine. It's gotta be.
No way, it's Surfine? No way. In the episode Flame Pokemon a Thon while Ponyta starts evolving into Rapidash, Ash for some reason glows too. Like, if you look closely, he's clearly glowing, but he doesn't evolve. Maybe he grew a chest hair or something. Ash is so powerful at breaking logic that he could turn his cap backwards twice. Because just look at this scene right before he battles Erica. His head is clearly already backwards. But then in the next scene, he turns it backwards yet again, breaking all logic.
Alright, Furret, I choose you!
Ash broke double logic when he defeated Blanche Rhydon with Pikachu's electric type attack, because for one, Rhydon is a ground type Pokemon and should be immune to electric type attacks. And for two, this Fairy Horn is the reason why Rhydon gets the Lightning Rod ability, which nullifies electric type attacks and boosts the user's special. But nope, Ash is just like,
Pikachu, the horn!
really? Ash not only breaks logic, but he breaks the fourth wall as well. Because in the final part of the episode Splash Dash is Smash for the Crown, Ash reads the closing lines of the episode and then acknowledges that he is being the narrator, and then winks at the camera. So that must mean that he's been aware of us this entire time. Ash breaks logic by being a dummy, because in the episode A Scare in the Air, when Togepi somehow climbs up on top of a dangerous beam, Ash commands his Bulbasaur to use Vine Whip on Misty so that she can keep her balance while trying to save Togepi. But why not instead have Bulbasaur use his vines on Togepi and save it that way? Come on, Ash. While now it makes sense that Swell gaining Thunder Armor is probably a reference to his ability Guts, Ash still breaks logic, because if you use the Smogon Calculator, it is in fact impossible for Swell to survive a Thunder attack after being hit by the Solar Beam and Ice Beam attacks from Solrock and Lunatone. Even if Swell had max EVs and HP and special defense while the attacking Pokemon has 0 EVs across the board, it still wouldn't survive. So yeah, this was just plot armor. The fact that Ash was able to teach Snorlax a 5th and 6th move. Yeah, it literally knew Body Slam, Headbutt, Hyper Beam, Ice Punch, Protect, and Rest. That's just game breaking. Here's a list of all the moves that Ash has spontaneously made up during a Pokemon battle. Gust Counterattack, Rocket Punch, Static Jolt, Thunder Spark, Volt Tail, Counter Shield, Aerial Submission, Thunder Armor, Ice Jet, and finally, Frubble, which was successfully used against Wobbuffet's Mirror Coat without bouncing back. And I kid you not, the official reason why Froakie's Frubble worked against Wobbuffet's Mirror Coat is because it's not an official move. Clement verbatim says this to Ash, so I guess you can just make up moves to break the rules of Pokemon battling then. Ash not connecting that Sabrina's dad was in fact Sabrina's dad just surpasses all common sense logic. The fact that Ash can take a Thunderbolt or Flamethrower to his whole body and be unfazed a few moments later is inhuman. And keep in mind, the Thunderbolt attack in Japanese translates to 100,000 volts, and in the real world, humans are usually unlifed at around 2700 volts. Oh, and also how are his clothes always in perfect condition after this happens too? Explain that, Ash. Ash being in Pokemon Masters makes absolutely no sense. Like, what does this mean? Does this mean that there's been a version of Ash living somewhere in the Pokemon universe in the games? Also, him standing next to his video game counterpart Red also just breaks all logic. The fact that Ash was able to encounter and capture 30 Tauruses without fail in a row in the Safari Zone is downright impossible. Ash not being shocked while being in the water while several Electric-type Pokemon use Thunderbolt goes beyond logic, and I'll just let Brock explain why.
See, water conducts electricity better than air, so a direct attack underwater is even more powerful.
Thanks, Brock. The fact that Ash thought Gary's cheerleaders were Pokemon. Really? Ash breaks logic by wrapping himself in a sleeping bag and laying next to a refrigerator to be hot and cool at the same time. Like, how is that even possible? And finally, Ash becoming world champion. Enough said. No, like, I'm serious. Ash defeated Cynthia, a champion who defeated Tobias, a guy who nearly swept Ash and probably has 6 legendary Pokemon. And then Ash defeats Leon, a champion who had never lost a battle. So now Ash is considered the best of the best of the best of the best. So like, what now? Oh, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna have Ash travel through time where he's not the world champion anymore, thus creating a paradox. Ergo, paradox Pokemon. Or it just might be the end of Ash. We'll just have to wait and find out. And there you go, 35 times Ash surpassed all logic in Pokemon. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed this video, you should check out my one fact for every protagonist in Pokemon video. There's facts for Ash in the anime, red from the video games, and even green from the manga. Just click on the end card right here. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell.